So today I am going to talking about something that many of us really don't take seriously. And because we don't take it seriously, our business remains where it is. The business does not grow, results does not come, and we don't win. If you know you want to win in this business, I want you to go to the chat room and I want you to type, I want to win. Show me how. Go to the chat room and type, I want to win. Show me how. I want to win. Show me how. Great. I'm going to show you how to win. I'm going to tell you about one singular thing, that one thing that you will do, one mindset, one posture that you will have. And if you have that posture and mindset, you will never come into the cell meeting late. You will never let one webinar go waste. You will never miss your quick start guide. You will miss nothing. You will never miss to launch your business. I'm going to show you that one thing that you must do if you're going to win in this business. Ladies and gentlemen, for you to succeed in this business, the one important thing you need to do is what I call stand in the gap. Stand in the gap. Type that phrase down. Stand in the gap. That is one important thing that you need to do. And this brings us to our discussion for this morning. Standing in the gap. Taking full ownership of your business. I'm going to give you the mindsets and tell you the strategies and things that you need to have and do to be that person who is standing in the gap so that you can begin to win in your business. Until you stand in the gap for your team, you don't have a business. I want you to go to the chat room and type that down. Until I stand in the gap for my team, I don't have a business. Type it down. Until I stand in the gap for my team, I don't have a business. It is a wise man that takes advantage of the trainings he gets from the master from these meetings and begins to implement. You will make mistakes. It will be difficult step by step, but eventually you will create the business of your dreams. Only a wise man does that. A person who is not wise just takes the training and walks away, burns his data, and does not use the training, does not even try to use the training. Such a person does not go far in the business. So I told you to type down, until I stand in the gap for my team, I don't have a business. And I need you to understand and always know that you listening, you are responsible for everybody signed up under you. I am not responsible. Your uplines are not responsible. Nobody is responsible. You are responsible for everybody signed up in your team. If they are not doing well, you are the one who is responsible. If they are doing well, you are the one who is responsible. If they don't show up for meetings, you are the one who is responsible. If they show up for meetings, you are the one who is responsible. If they don't launch their business, you are the one who is responsible. If they launch their business and grow their team, you are the one who is responsible. Until you understand that your business starts from you, the multi-million dollars business that you want to build starts from you. Until you come to that understanding, you don't have a business. So before we begin, or as we begin rather, I want you and everybody here, just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath in. Breathe in slowly. Exhale slowly. Now, I want you to imagine your entire business is like a living city. It's like a city that is alive, buzzing with activities. Some of the streets in the city are full of lights, well lit. Everybody there sees very well. But some part of that city is corrupt. Those places are dark. Those are the places you don't want to go to. Those are the places you don't want your friends to go to. Those are the places you're afraid of going to. But those places where you have a lot of light all through the night, you find life, you find activities, the place is buzzing. People are happy, people are smiling. I want you to examine that kind of city. One part of the city full of lights, the other part of the city in darkness. Now, you imagine yourself, you are the power plant in that city. You are the source of light in that city. You are the source of light in that dark city. You are the one. You are in that city, but it is dark. But you are the power plant. I want you to understand this. Until you switch on, the city stays in dark. The city remains in darkness. Until you switch on the light in you, the city remains in darkness. Until you put on the light switch inside of you and activate the light, the city is going to remain in darkness. That city is your team. That city in darkness is your team. Your team is waiting for the light. And that light is you. That light is you. So guys, open your eyes if your eyes still closed. Because today you are not here to play business. No. Today we are here to own business. We're here to own this business. We're here to build this business. We're there to lead this business. And we're here, ladies and gentlemen, to dominate in this business. So first of all, this morning, we're going to look at what I love to call the law of the gap. The law of the gap. Are we together? The law of the gap says, wherever there is a leadership vacuum, chaos rushes in. We are told that nature abhors vacuum, right? But wherever there is leadership vacuum in your business, in anything, chaos rushes in. Write that down, the law of the gap. Wherever there is a vacuum in leadership, chaos rushes in. Libya used to be a country, a very strong country, run by Gaddafi. Everything going on well for them, everything completely, streamlined, houses for everyone. They had houses that had never been occupied, built for people, generations. Once you are there, once you're a Libyan citizen, you're entitled to a house of your own. Everything going well for them. Until the West came and attacked Libya for whatever reason and knocked out Gaddafi, removed the leader, and then left that place like that. Guess what happened? Chaos set in. Chaos. Warlords started picking up power from everywhere, from different places. People became warlords. Ammunition went into the hands of people. And before you know what's happening, the entire Sahel region was affected. We now started having Boko Haram, having Islamic State, having chaos in countries all around. Niger Republic, Chad, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, all these countries started experiencing turmoil. Why? Because the leadership in Libya was removed and it was replaced with chaos. The same thing happened in Iraq. Saddam Hussein, the leader, was removed. What came in was chaos. Wherever there is a leadership vacuum, chaos rushes in. When there is a leadership vacuum in your business, chaos rushes into your team because nobody is there to stand in the gap and lead them. There's a space in your business. There's a space in your business. There's a space between what is currently happening in your business and what is possible in your business. That's the space I'm talking about. What is happening there right now? What you are seeing in your business, the results that you're getting in your business, and what can actually truly happen in your business, the kind of team you can grow, the kind of leaders you can raise, the kind of cash flow you can build, there is that space in your team, and that space needs to be filled. That space is what is called the gap. It is the gap. And most people avoid the space. Most people pretend that that space does not exist. But leaders, true builders, winners, they walk into that space, and that is where they operate and run their business. Why? Because they understand something that most other people don't understand at all. They understand it. They have knowledge that most people don't have. They have the mindset that most people don't have. They understand that the gap is not a danger zone. They understand that this gap we talk about is a growth zone. It's a place of growth. When you step into the gap, you have stepped into a place of growth for yourself. Just like John Maxwell said, and I've said it 1,000 times, that your team can never grow beyond, a team can never grow beyond the level of effectiveness of the leader of that team. It is called the law of the lead. Law number 1 in the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership by John Maxwell. He said, if you're on level 5, your team cannot exceed level 4 because you created the benchmark. If you want your team to get to level 5, you must raise your bar to probably 6, 7, 8. Then your team can come to 5, 6, 7 and stop there. Because for better or for worse, you will determine the rate and the height to which your team can grow. That growth zone is called the gap. When you step into that zone, you are stepping there to lead your team. You are stepping there to build your business. You are stepping there to provide your team with the mentorship, the mindset, the trainings, the systems they don't have. You are stepping there to help your team rise to the next lead level in your team. When you step into the gap, what you are doing is that you have raised the bar higher for yourself, and you are inviting your teammates to rise higher and come to where you are. That gap is between where you are and where you are meant to be. And that gap can never be truly filled, but that gap should have somebody standing inside. Because if you actually fill the gap, then that means you have stopped growing. So what you want to do is to continue to raise the bar, because the gap continues to expand. And you raise the gap, and you are there interceding for yourself and for your team, leading them. Your business is not a group chat. A lot of people think that their business is a group chat. A lot of leaders think that their business is a group chat. I have a chat group. I have a business. So you think that because you have a chat group, you have a business. And when you just recruit somebody, you join the person in the chat group and you forget the person. That's when you go to the chat group, you see a lot of people, hundreds of people in the chat group, thousands of people in the chat group, and yet these groups are not growing. Why are they not growing? Why are the people, they are not doing anything? Why do you have this number of people and you are not making money? Because you have relinquished your business to a group chat. Your business is not a WhatsApp group. Your business is not a side hustle. You have relinquished your business to this thing, this side hustle that you can do when you are in the mood. Your business is not a side hustle. Your business is not a dream board. You go and write it on the dream. I earn 1 million naira. I live in a mansion. Yes, those things are good, but those things are not your business. Because you have to do something to achieve those things on your dream board. Dream from now to the end of the world. But when you don't tie those dreams to relevant activities, it remains only an illusion. Ladies and gentlemen, your business is a living system of human beings. Your business is a living system that constitutes human beings made of flesh and blood, who have dreams, desires, aspirations for themselves. Your business is a living system of human beings who are hungry for direction, who are starving for the fire they need to grow and transform, who are craving for the leadership, the leadership that you are primed to offer them. your business is a living system of human beings. And until you begin to handle the people in your team like a serious person running a serious business, you don't have a business. Some people will say, but my team is not serious. My teammates are not serious. No, it's not the problem of the team. It is not your team that is not serious. My teammates are not doing anything. It is not them that is the problem. You are just not serious. You are the one that is not serious and not your team. But nobody in my team is doing any work. They are not inviting, they are not doing anything. Yes, they won't. You know why? You have not injected energy into your system. You have not injected energy into your team. Until you stand in the gap as the adrenaline for your team, until you stand in the gap as the person responsible for the momentum in your team, there will be no energy in your team. John Maxwell, in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, talked about the law of momentum. And he said, momentum is a leader's best friend. Momentum makes you better than you are, smarter than you are, sharper than you are. Because when there's momentum, everybody looks at the leader as a great leader. When there is no momentum, everybody looks at the leader as a failure. How do people look at you? He said that momentum begins with the leader. There are two types of momentum. There is personal momentum and there is group momentum. And he said that personal momentum comes before group momentum. Personal momentum precedes group momentum. When your people see you, they see the energy in you. When they see the energy within you, that energy will be transfused into them. And once they acquire that energy that is injected into them, your team comes alive. Do you know why? People follow structure. People respond to certainty. People mirror what they see. That's why they say that what you do preaches so loud that I don't hear what you say. What you do speaks so loud that I don't even hear what you say. So when you're telling your people, go and do this, go and do this, go and do this, have you done it? Are you doing it? Or are you just a preacher? I want you to ask yourself right now. And I want you to drop that answer in the chat room. Drop that answer in the chat room. Don't be one of those people that will tell themselves, I will not drop this answer. I will not type. No matter what these people say, I will never type. Don't be that person. Give me this answer in the chat room now. If everyone in your team, right? Ask yourself this question. If everyone in my team behaved like me, that's your own team from you down. If everyone in my network behaved like me, would my team be growing or dying? If everyone in my team behaved like me, will my team be growing or dying? Go to the chat room and type in the answer. Growing or dying? You type, would they be growing or would they be dying? Type the answer. If everybody in your team has your attitude towards business, has your attitude towards work, has your attitude towards the team, don't just type. Think before you type. Think. Because if you are not producing the result, it is probably because you are not doing enough. And you have already concluded in your head that you are the ultimate in the business. And it is not showing. They say, what you don't know, you don't show. The proof of knowing is in showing it. If you cannot show it, you don't know it. So that means if you are not showing it, it means everyone in your team will not be showing it. Then you ask yourself, will your team be dying or will your team be growing? This is not positive self-talk. This is actual action. People in your team do what you do. Will they be growing or will they be dying? You are the one that will give yourself that answer. You are the one that will give yourself that answer. Because for many of us, the team will not just be dying, the team will be dead and gone. So I want us to understand the psychology of the gap. I want us to begin to have mindset shifts that trigger ownership in our business. And there are 3 identity shifts that we must have that must occur before somebody can truly say, I am standing in the gap. There are three things that will have to happen. The mindset that will have to happen. The shift must be from number one. The first shift is that you must shift from being a follower to the architect. There are three shifts that you must have. Shift number one, from your mindset. You must shift from becoming a follower, from remaining a follower, to becoming the architect of your own business, the designer, the one that holds the marker, the one that controls what happens in the team, the one that leads the team. Because most people think they just joined a business. They just joined something that others are building. That's why you have people say things like, you people's business, you people's business, you people said you will do this, you people said you will do this, you people said you will do this. That is the thinking of a follower. You are the architect of the business. You don't go out looking for things to happen. You create things. You create systems for your business, for your people. You work with your people. You lead them through the systems. Architects don't ask for permission. When an architect is designing a building, he does not ask for permission. He draws the blueprint. He creates the blueprint and offers the blueprint to the owner of the house. You have to leave from becoming a follower to being an architect. The guy shows the architect a piece of land. You see this plot of land here, right? I want to build my house here. I need a 5-bedroom flat. I need some toilets. I need this. I need that. And the architect takes that piece of land, gets his paper, and designs something very amazing for the guy and gives it to him. The man does not teach the architect how to do the work. The architect knows what to do. He draws the blueprint and offers it. You need to quit becoming a follower and become an architect. That is who you are. Become a creator. The second identity shift you must have if you must win in this business is that you must shift from becoming a doer to an activator. Shift from just a doer to an activator. It is not enough for you to just do the work. Many of us are doing the work in our business, doing the work alone. You must move from doing the work alone. You must move to activate others that will become like you. You must become a leader who is raising other leaders. You must activate people through the system to be able to do the business themselves. This is how duplication happens. That is how your network will grow without burnout. If you are not activating people, getting them into the system, you will find that you will remain in this perpetual cycle of recruitment until you quit the business. To be able to win in this business, you must not have burnout. You must avoid burnout. And the only way to avoid burnout is to raise other leaders. I want you to have this phrase and keep this phrase. Until you have activated someone else, your actions are a seed and not a harvest. Until you have activated someone else, your actions are just seeds and they're not harvest. Until you have activated someone else, you're not in business. You are joking. Until you have activated someone else, you are still playing in this business. Are we following? The third mindset shift I want you to have is a shift from hopeful to commander. Shift from I am hopeful to I am in command. You must understand, like I've always told you a billion times, hope is not a business strategy. In fact, hope is not a strategy. I am hoping for a leader to come into my team. I am hoping to build a business. I am hoping that my teammates will run home meetings. I am hoping that this coming Saturday, my teammates will do activities in the business. Hope is not a business strategy. Never was, never is. Imo State used to be called Land of Hope. And everybody was there hoping, and nothing happened. They had to change it. You can't build your business or provide for your family on a platter of hope. You want to marry a lady and you go and meet the lady and said, you know what, I love you, I would like to marry you, but first of all, I am hoping that my life will be good. I am hoping that in the future I will have a car. I am hoping that this, I am hoping this, hoping that, right? So I'd like you to marry me because I hope to become successful tomorrow. She will put two fingers in your eyes. Hope is not a strategy. Being nice is not leadership. Some of us are just nice to our downlines. We just want to be too nice to the downlines. We want to be too nice to our teammates. We want them to like us. We come into this kumbaya kind of relationship. I love you, you love me. We are one big family. Right? Can't build a business like that. This is a business, for crying out loud. Imagine you work in the bank and every morning people come in the bank, they hold their staff, hold their son, hold their hands. Manager, everybody hold their hands and they sing Kumbaya together. They sing and everybody, okay, everybody now goes and sits down and they are laughing, they are smiling, they are doing everything all day. You think you're going to have a business? We're not saying that your business should be a zone of conflict. No, but you are in command. Understand that. What creates momentum in business is being clear, being consistent, being commanding. Commanding does not mean you are lording it over people. No. It means that you are in charge of your business. You are in control of your business. And you know what to do. And you are showing them what to do. That's what creates momentum. I want you to say to yourself, wherever you are right now, say it aloud to yourself and type it in the chat room. I am not here to beg. I am here to build. I am not here to beg. I am here to build. Type it in the chat room. I am not here to beg. I am here to build. I am not here to beg. I am here to build. A lot of people think they are here to beg. You are begging your downline to do activities. You are begging your downline to do calls. You are begging your downline to attend meetings. No, you're not here to beg anybody. When the money begins to pour into their account, it's not pouring into your own. It is pouring into their own. If they want to take it, let them take it. If they don't want to take it, it is okay. Your poverty and their poverty are not the same. Some people like their way of life. They like struggling. They like not having the good things of life. They like not being able to provide for their family. They like problems. Not you. Not you. When you meet those kind of downlines and you are showing them what to do, you are trying to help them and they are not showing up, please just block them. Block them. Pack them one side. Because there are people that will drain you. Jim Rohn said it when he was telling us, when he was talking about his story. He said he told himself, when I started this business, he said, I told myself, you see that my downline, I will make that guy successful, even if it kills me. He said, I almost died. He almost died trying to make somebody successful. He almost died. Even God created the world, created animals. Nobody gave him stress. He now created human beings. We now came. We started giving him stress. From the day the creation started up till tomorrow, it is human beings that God is suffering. The only problem God has is human beings. I've never seen where God decided to attack lions, attack snakes, attack all these other animals. The only problem God has in all of creation is human beings. And you want to build a business. You want to build a business where human beings will not give you stress. They will give you stress. So when they come with that stress, the solution is pack them one side. When you are trying to help them build, right, you must know when somebody actually wants to build, when somebody is actually seeking for help. But there are some people that no matter how hard you try to help them, they rebel against you. They resist your mentorship. They resist the system. They resist the team. What do you need to do? Resist them so that you can grow. I want us to go deeper into the brain. Let us understand the neuroscience of momentum. If you're going to build momentum in your business, you need to understand how it works in your brain. Humans are wired to follow energy. We are wired to follow energy. That's why you see when somebody comes into an environment with very high energy, that person pulls attention. People begin to look at him. People begin to follow him. He began to command the room because of the energy that came with him. When somebody comes with a negative energy, the moment the person enters with a negative energy, people begin to draw away because they recognize energy. Our brains are designed to recognize energy. There are these neurons. The neurons are fire in the brain, right? That send text messages across the brain. Those neurons are designed to mirror or replicate behaviors of people. The neurons in the brain they call them mirror neurons. They're designed to replicate behaviors of people. So when you show up for your business, sharp, urgent, decisive, their subconscious mind is going to tell them, follow those guys, trust them, they know what they're doing. If I dress two people, one of them is a guy in the business who has not made money, who is a failure in the business, right? He's not doing well in the business. And I dress him up, give him a nice shave, spray perfume, dress him well, eyeglass, everything, looking spectacular. And then I bring another person who is doing 50 million regular in the business. And I dress that guy on clothes that are not okay, looking tattered and everything, right? And I bring them to you. And I say, follow them. Who will you follow? Everybody will follow the sharp guy. Even if that other guy speaks better than the sharp guy, everybody will still follow the sharp guy. Ah, man, and this one they succeed. This one just a bit theory. That is what the brain follows. And that is why whenever you meet everybody, anybody, you're talking to somebody, the first 4 seconds is important. They need to see you as somebody who can take them to the destination. This is why you don't come into a meeting and, hey, you're yawning in the meeting. When you yawn in the meeting, it shows that your presence is not there. All you're thinking about is sleep. All you're thinking about is food. That's why you yawn in the meetings. When you show up to run meetings with your people, show up sharp, show up smart, show up ready to win. Presence is power. Type it in the chat room. Presence is power. Presence is power. Type it in the chat room. You must understand that your own state becomes the team standard. Your state of mind becomes the standard for the team. Your type of dressing becomes the standard for the team. How you show up becomes the standard for the team. If you show up sharp, your team shows up sharp. If you show up clumsy, your team shows up clumsy. If you don't show up, your team don't show up. If you show up late, your team shows up late. Presence is, if you want to win, you must show up well. We're talking about standing in the gap. For you to be able to stand in the gap, you must systemize your leadership. You must systemize your leadership. And I'll give you the framework for systemizing your leadership. I hope you're taking notes. I'll give you the framework for systemizing your leadership, right? I'll give you a way to methodologically stand in the gap for your people. And the framework is GAP, gap, right? GAP, gap. G stands for generate presence. Generate presence. We tell you in the IPO, be visible in your business, be visible in your team. Don't be that silent person who shows up and nobody knows is existing. Be visible. Being visible means showing up. Let people know you. Post your name. When you join the chat, don't just join with your phone name. Join with your full name. Put your reservation code. Drop comments in the chat room. Make yourself visible. Be visible. Generate presence. Be seen. Be heard. Be felt. Be seen. Be heard. Be felt. Show up every day, even when it is inconvenient. Even when it is inconvenient. Show up every day. When people are not looking, when your door is closed, everywhere is closed, what are you doing? Show up for your business every day. Even when it's not convenient. Drop voice notes to your team. Go live and talk to your team. Create shock waves of momentum. Be that person that when they want to talk about your team, it is you they will see. Generate presence. The only time some of you ever post anything in your chat room is when you are posting sell meeting links. And many times I have to ensure that you post before you post. And nothing else. You don't interact with anybody in your group. You don't chat them up. You don't talk to them. You don't drop nuggets. You don't drop motivationals. You don't invite them into meetings. You do nothing because you think your business is just a chat group. I've told you guys how to become an effective Kingsman. It is just you. A Kingsman stands in the gap for his team. But don't wait to become a Kingsman. Start now to stand in the gap. And the most powerful thing you can do in the gap is to point your teammates into the meetings where they will get all the information they need. So G, generate presence. A, activate structure in your team. Activate structure in your team. Activate structure in your downlines. Build the rituals necessary for the success of your business in your team. Activating structure means you need to ensure that everybody in your team have access to the full timetable. People who are supposed to be attending cell meetings, you need to ensure that they are attending cell meetings. They must know that the super cell meeting is holding. They must know when the Kingsman's Academy is holding. They must know when the meetings are holding, the webinars are holding. They must have access to the necessary links. And then from time to time, once a week, you hold meetings with your people. You and your downlines have meetings once a week. Recognize your teammates who are doing okay. When they recruit somebody, recognize them. When they run effective invitation sessions, recognize them. You are building momentum in your organization. Activate structure. We already have a functional system, the SMO checklist. Ensure that your teammates are using the SMO checklist. Ensure that your teammates are being tracked with the 555 worksheet. Ensure that your teammates are launching their business. Anybody who joins the business this week, next weekend he's being launched. Anybody who joins the business this week, on Thursday he does brand launch. On Saturday or Sunday, he's launching his business. The responsibility to make that happen rests on only one person, and that person is you. If you're going to win in this business, the responsibility is on you to make it happen. Know that nobody will come and build your business for you. It is your responsibility. So G is generate presence. A is activate structure. And then the last one there is P. P is personalized leadership. Personalized leadership. You don't lead everyone the same way, right? You don't lead everyone the same way. If you're going to win in the business, you don't lead everyone the same way. There are some people that don't want you leading them soft. There are some people that want you to lead them soft. So you want to lead with empathy, empathy-driven leadership. Ask your people how they feel. Understand what is blocking them so that you can help them get that thing unblocked. Coach them, their mindset, coach their beliefs, their thinking, not just their actions. It's not just, okay, go and make calls, go and do this. You have to speak to the vision in them. You have to speak to the vision in them. You have to speak to their dreams. Let that dream be reborn in them. And lead your people properly. And you must communicate with them before you can be able to lead them. Ask how they feel. Sometimes they might be going through a bad day, and just a nice word from you can transform everything. And then they see you as somebody who is way, way, way more reliable, and they can be able to show up to do the business effectively. In the book of Ezekiel, God said, I looked for someone among them who will build up the wall and stand before me in the gap on behalf of the land. God is looking for somebody among them, among the people, who will stand in the gap before him on behalf of the Israelites. God was not asking for a perfect person. Just in case we are thinking now that we're looking for a perfect person. No, he wasn't asking for a perfect person. He was asking for someone who is willing. Somebody who is willing, somebody who is going to sacrifice his time, energy. It can be anybody, but the person must be willing. The person must be willing to fight. The person must be willing to pray. The person must be willing to build. The person must be willing to put action. The most important thing there is the person must be willing. This business is spiritual warfare, in case you don't know. This business is spiritual warfare. And the enemy we are fighting in this business is laziness. The enemy we are fighting in this business is doubt. The enemy we are fighting in this business is confusion, laziness, doubt, confusion, inactivity. And every time you show up into your business with clarity, you cast them out. Brian Tracy said the number one thing every successful business must have is clarity. You must have clarity. Once you have clarity, focus shows up. And they say where focus is, their energy flows. And when energy flows consistently through persistence, guess what? Resistance is broken down. So I want you to say with me, repeat after me, right? Repeat after me, and then write it down for yourself. I am an intercessor for my team. Write it down for yourself. I am an intercessor for my team. I am the one who stands in the gap and release fire. I am an intercessor for my team. I am the one who stands in the gap and release fire. You are the one. When people see you, they know that this team is untouchable. When the devil sees you, he knows that this team is unstoppable. When your teammates look up and see you, they say, thank God I have an unstoppable leader. Type that in the chat room. I am an intercessor for my team. I am the one who stands in the gap and releases fire. Nobody can touch my team. Nothing can happen to my team. My team can never go down because my team is on fire. You need to leave a powerful legacy for your team, ladies and gentlemen. When you stand in the gap, what you are creating are leaders and not followers. You are leaving a legacy. When you stand in the gap, what you build is independence and not dependence. When you stand in the gap, you leave a blueprint that will outlive you. That's what it's all about. And that's why you need to stand in the gap for your team. No matter how small your team is, whether it's a team of 2 people, 3 people, stand in the gap for them. And you will create leaders, not just followers. You will build independence and not dependent people. Because you stand in the gap and you move with them. You will leave a blueprint that will outlive you. Your legacy is not what you said. No, that's not your legacy. Your legacy is what the people behind you became because of you. Your legacy is what your teammates, your leaders become because of you. It's not just what you say. I want you to have this thing I'm going to tell you right now, right? And this will change it for you. I want you to type for yourself. I am not called to build a crowd. I am called to raise an army. I am not called to build a crowd. I am called to raise an army. There's a difference. I am not called to build a crowd, to gather a crowd. I am called to raise an army. When you watch 300, the movie 300, the Persians came with crowd, the crowd, people everywhere, so many of them. But the Spartans came with an army. In fact, when they were going to the battle, Leonidas, the king, met some other people that came to help them, so many of them. They wanted to join them in the fight. And he called them and he told one of them, you, what's your occupation? That one said, my occupation is a farmer. This one said, well, ask the other one, what is your occupation? So my occupation is a blacksmith. And the other man was, the person that came with them was happy because he had so many people there with him, way more than the 300 people. Then he looked at his own people and asked his own people, Spartans, what is your occupation? And all of them gave a victory chant. Ahu, ahu, ahu. Synchronize. And what did they tell them? You see, you have a lot more people, but I came with an army. Very simple. And guess what? When the battle started, every one of those people deserted, ran away. Only the 300 went to war. You are not here to raise a crowd. You can raise a crowd by recruiting 1,000,000 people in 2 days. You can raise a crowd. You go on Facebook, you prospect. People are joining you all over the place. You can raise a crowd. Any Tom, Dick, or Harry can raise a crowd, can sign up people in the business. We've seen them. They come like shooting stars. Pia, 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 recruiting. And before you blink your finger, they are off. They fade as fast as they come. Because you're not trying to raise a crowd here. You're trying to build an army. An army is built through resilience. An army is built through regimentation. An army is built through hard freaking work. That is how you build an army. An army is led by a leader. And every aspect in the military formation. There are people leading up to the generals. There's a number of people that a sergeant can lead. There's a number of people that a captain can lead. There's a number of people that a lieutenant colonel can lead. Everything continues to grow up the chain. Imagine a captain in the army is incompetent. What do you think will happen to all the soldiers under him? They will be decimated in a battle. They tell the captain, okay, take your men, go and conquer that place. And he's an incompetent captain. What do you think will happen to the men going to battle with him? They will be decimated. But when you take one competent person, it changes the dynamics. There was this guy in the Nigerian army fighting Boko Haram when they were in the heat fighting Boko Haram. That was so many years ago. I don't know the guy's name. A young guy that just shortly came out from NDA and was rising high. And they looked at this guy and said, this guy might end up even becoming a chief of army staff one day. A young guy. The guy was decimating Boko Haram in the Northeast. And Boko Haram knew him. They put this thing on his head. They were just all out to remove him. And somehow, they were able to ambush his command, his vehicle, and he was killed. Because they knew that that guy was a leader. What do you have? Are you raising an army? Or are you just gathering a crowd of people who will run away with the first explosion of a knockout? They don't even need a bomb to run away. All they need is just a knockout, right? And all of them are gone. So you were never called to build a crowd. You are called to raise an army. You must stand in the gap for your team. If you're not standing in the gap for your team, you don't have a business. It's only a matter of time before you will begin to lose in this business. So I want every one of you to repeat after me, wherever you are right now. And repeat after me slowly, right? I want you to repeat after me wherever you are, and repeat after me slowly. Repeat after me slowly. Because what you say now, I need it to sink deep into you. Let it sink deep into you. If it sinks deep into you, it will change everything for you, right? So whatever you are doing right now, stop it. Just pay attention and listen to what I am telling you to do. Repeat after me. I am not waiting for success to knock on my door. I am not waiting for success to knock on my door. Repeat it to yourself wherever you are. I am not waiting for success to knock on my door. I am building the door and kicking it open. I am building the door and kicking it open. Repeat after me. I am building the door and kicking the door open. Repeat after me. I am the fire. I am the fire my team needs. I am the fire my team needs to activate momentum. Repeat after me. I am the frame. I am the frame my team focuses on. Repeat after me. I am the fuel. I am the fuel that ignites momentum in my team. I am the fuel that ignites momentum in my team. Repeat after me. I don't beg for results. I command results. I don't beg for results. I command results. Repeat after me. I rise when others rest. I walk when others sleep. I build when others do nothing. I build when others retreat. Repeat after me. I stand in the gap for my team. I stand in the gap for my team. And my team will rise up to the top because I rose first. My team will rise to the top because I rose first. I am a leader for my team. I am the success story for my team. I will stand in the gap for my team. I will be the one to ensure that my team is well. Nobody will take that responsibility from me because I am the initiator of momentum in my team. My team will rise because I rose first. Ladies and gentlemen, go and pick up your phone now. Pull out the numbers of your teammates and call them. Go and activate your teammates today. Go and build momentum today. Because if you don't do it, the question is, who will do it for you? If you don't rise, who will rise for you too? If you don't show up for your team, who will show up for your team on your behalf? He who has ears, let him hear. God bless you all.